Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Mbadingolu alla jahalo bantara fereng New Life Animal Farm natale andi be mobile jam febe jahal ne be saji bonde damen walla basan damen to New Life Animal Farm natale kalu nyaal fita nde sajiol dila la mel yalan ko ni asamba ya sidi tilikilin tilifula aifa hanide sajiol be mbulle mel yalan ko warta andum fanan ila jata kenda sabatita amanke banna selo dammati baratul fana mel yalan ko albela firin ka furu sitole ke manyo bitolu anin kulliyolu nga sajiol sodole akendema ana betema New Life Animal Farm felenting ale jiboro koto al sefrano mol male anenyin nombalto 7979495 wala 2032924 atul fana mel yalan ko atul le diaspora al semol sodno anenyin nombatole +120 696 32075 Ali Bornang Alina Alabana Salsaji Olsang
Kinteh Foundation. This is a day that is set aside to reflect on the painful history of the slave trade and of course to celebrate our cultural heritage as well as remember our iconic hero Kunta Kinteh, who was transported to a different land. So today we will have different speakers here, and of course we're going to have cultural display. And before we go further, all right, we can hold it there, please. We will go with an opening prayer as religion deems it fitting, so that we can invoke the blessings of Almighty God. Let's pray in our individual ways. And someone can please signal the cultural group over there so that we can pray before we will go with the entertainment.
So our
yeah, that will come later.
Yeah.
A round of applause for the police band. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Let's put our hands together for the Kunta Kinteh Foundation. That is not loud enough. Again. All right, the students did it better. And my name is Aminata Isanyang. I'm a reporter, producer, and presenter at the Gambia Radio and Television Services. And I'll serve as your MC for the rest of the few hours with us here. And then The program guide reads, we will be having an opening remarks by Sir Omar Jallo. He is the Director of Literature and Performing Arts. Also, we Income Foundation, and we will have a statement by Lamin Sow, and we will have a statement by a representative of the Diaspora. So before we will welcome Sheikh Omar, we will have a student from Smiling Child. Do we have Saliso here to recite a poem for us before we will go with the statements? Please put your hands together for the kids.
The poem is in form of combination, so she really want to start and she will do.
Who will go? Who will go first?
Good morning, dignitaries, members of cabinet, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Our pain of slavery, the pain of slavery, oppression, castration, beating, rape. Slavery is a horrible memory, an ugly page in our history. Who are we supposed to blame? We have been through many things. We wish they could understand and measure our pain to make themselves look good in front of their families. They can make millions of apologies that will not solve anything. Note that we elevate our humiliation, the inhuman condition, and the sufferings and pain they have caused for their profit and gain. Having been tortured for a whole life, it is hard to overcome this lifestyle. We would like to have a reason to smile. In the 21st century, most slavery still exists. There are more people enslaved today than at any time in history. The most common form of slavery is human trafficking, oppression, forced into prostitution, domestic work, enhanced conditions today with booming populations and staggering poverty. Millions of children and adults are given or stolen. Each of us can make ethical decisions to help stop slavery. People of conscience need to awaken, to denounce and act against all forms of modern slavery in a so-called modern society. Thank you all for your kind attention.
That was a beautiful poem, and I hope we will all reflect because it contained a powerful message. Thank you very much, Smiling Child Nursery. And now I have the honor to invite Mr. Sheikh Omar Jallo. He is the Director of Literature and Performing and Fine Arts at the National Center for Arts and Culture. Mr. Jallo is a household name when it comes to performing arts. And let's please put our hands together to welcome him to give his statement.
Indeed, I would say good afternoon to everyone. Of course, good afternoon to the family of the Kunta Kinteh family in Jufure, of course. The two alcalos, Jufure and Albreda, sitting over here on the high table, and of course, the mother of the organization. And of course, all the participants, the cultural groups, the schools, and of course the MC and all the press members present in this grand auspicious occasion. This is the second time the Kunta Kinteh Foundation is celebrating the International Kunta Kinteh Day in this very place, and it took almost similar productions. As the department responsible for heritage affairs, we've been supporting it since last year. And this year too, of course, we are supporting it because it's a cultural heritage. Kunta Kinteh, it's an international brand name for the Gambia, and it is sold throughout the world as a representation of the Gambia. If a day is to be ascribed to Kunta Kinteh Day, then obviously I think it could be a national day. But we are yet to reach that. As we are growing up, other countries are using the name and the heritage, selling it outside, like it's already sold out in Ghana. And Senegal, the neighboring country, also is almost capitalizing on it and selling it out. And we are still left behind. So I would like to give kudos to the Kunta Kinteh Foundation, especially in the pursuit of its president, Mr. Lamin Jatta, who has pioneered and instigated this group and made sure that he founded this day so that people can celebrate it and reconnaissance the day to a heritage day that we need to end slavery. And remember that we are ending slavery. Of this nature, so that we can reflect on our past, so that we can know the present, and we will be able to plan for the future. Because if we know where we are from, then we will understand why we are here. And if we understand why we are here, then we will be able to plan for the future. So it's very relevant that we understand the equilibrium between our histories and our heritage. And indeed, this is a start. Kunta Kinteh's story, I think I may not need to go back to it. We all know it, except maybe the young ones, whom, of course, I'm sure would be learning it. And it is a story of not only an individual, but it's a story of a generation that underwent an arduous work in the plantations and making sure that they are being enslaved outside of their homes. And it started from here. But today, we are commemorating the end of that slavery. It's not the slavery that we are commemorating. It is the end of that slavery that we have come together back again and have freedom. Freedom is what is essential for us, and that's what we are celebrating here today. That freedom is being brought back to Gambia and is being brought back to the families of those slaves. So on that note, I would definitely want to declare this program open, and of course, you may enjoy yourself. And I will repeat the same thing in Mandinka, especially for those who do not associate in English. Mbal be konton na kotenke, mbalu, surtout Kunta Kinteh dingolu, ni alon koy botanang jufure, mba fulol na alkali fulol mo menkete jufure ni albadarti, ibe bijang alhamdulillah, aning jufure alfal, men yalan koy bebe associated ning Kunta Kinteh Foundation konole, aning Kunta Kinteh Foundation from Apango Bijang. And I'm sure if Lamin Jatta is also online, ba fanam konton la ba flale beko al bismillah nata di pour kana ni lungale kidi mandi bari fanana kontano ta pour al fanam bela nala al tol membe kilin nata nan al botana jufurele bang waran al bijan nem bang aning menu bota fo ni sate do mal men kata comme tout jerel nem bang la men nem bang ba dawle bang ani sa dala sate wol be mo moron dim nata jang ngela participation or recognize ba fore abaraka inata kana mako inventa pour kana ni lugo jura be press fanan contano tandila naje mba contano tandila ko contanta di press ni to fanan men mu ni journalist olti men nata pour kana ni ko kidi mandim fe ani ni cultural troops ol atol men be nata woto momoron di ya bulo dunje o ye ku kenin programme ko la ba fole bismillah ala baraka contanta la kotole nyina mun na sinya flanjawti kabo serunna birin Kunta Kinteh Foundation ye ñing commencé ñinam fana nga kele ando alhamdulillah do keta jufure do felabe keka janne woto alhamdulillah aketam be kontan ku bate pour kaje ñimbe gro kanne masa kunda ba da bulala jede aba talla awato le man si folo fo ninga awafi fo na lota inshallah ba jella ko abe kala lungol ti me yalo ko abe kala e national holiday leti wala mum fanam be hamoti pour ngaje ko ñin lugo ay jura sa tew be kon hanna manke jandam mate anin jufura bari banko be kan ay jura dira parce que ay banko be la heritage represent in this format kono woto kanna bafulay be festival ni be programme ni daela bafulay be go al bismillah ala baraka wassalam.
The Alcalo of Jufre, Takotal. This is an outstanding woman who has been leading Jufre for many years. I mean, she is an immense representation of what we say a strong woman. We will have to pass the mic over to Takotal, who is here, who traveled all the way from Jufre to grace this occasion. Please put your hands together for Takotal.
Yeah. Is it okay? Can you get the mic? Yeah, they are coming.
اللهم إني أسألك إيمانا دائما ويقينا صادقا وقلبا نافيا والإنسان ذاكرا لك شاكرا جوارحا تياتا وعملا صالحا تقبلا رزقا حلالا واسألك بجودك يا ذو الجلال والكرام. Yo, nsewo tabata mal be konton na naral be bar konton ro ba folo landi wala lamini lamini jata be ala dani la ya sima yala ani jadi kende ya hatu sababo wate atene sababo ke sababo du ala ko na bota men bala aliamu tafe be duwa la ya sima yala ani jadi kende ya ani ngarge firmo dongo be na ta je be na ta kairo la ala ma kairo kila be nyala ala ni kila ni ma horomoto makani madina horomoto minna horomoto jabal nur horomoto kila la misir fulo ngadu da horomo abama Palestine nganache be ala danila be o men be wata dawoda ngal be tendu atul me la sir kamuda ngal be tendu ngadi jayi ala nin kila horomoto al nin dufure barakoto ana jina wole horomoto ala ma be sura kaira la be go ala ma ajanjan na kaira kono na fa ngam fulo bismillah la ngafa ngaba janya ala manna kontan ka bade ngase ko mar fanandi wala ba konton na ba se wo ka bade ala baraka.
Thank you very much, Madam Takotal, for those wonderful remarks. And now we will have to expedite the event reasonably because we are in the rainy season and it's. Please put your hands together for her.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings to everyone. Greetings to the foundation, the Kunta Kinteh Foundation, to the family of Kunta Kinteh from Jufre, the Alcalo and the descendants. Greetings to the security, greetings to the media, and greetings to the schools and everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying thank you to everybody. As you said, we are in the rainy season and it's very hot. I would not like to keep you people with a long speech here. What I want to say here is the little girls have given us a poem that said everything about this gathering. And Mr. Jallo here has also told us everything in English and Mandinka. What I want to add to that is let us know that this day is a day of the whole country and Africa, of the whole Africa as a continent, but Gambia as a nation should make this day a very important day and show it to the whole world. When I say the poem of this little girl touched me, it's because of what is happening to the Africans in the whole world today. Yes, the end of slavery has been celebrated, but it is known to the whole world that Africa and her people have been tortured, killed, and brutally abused all over the world and even within Africa itself. And we think the fight now is to stop it once and for all. I would like to speak in Mandinka so that people will hear me, the benefit of those who cannot understand English. lafta kamen la fanyin diamo to jang komi nga fa nyamin kontondiro ko la nga sunkutundingol men diam ta jang ni nursery school dindingol nga wolle komen jang katu nying gathering na famu menti ya bele fo ila poemo mu poemo timi ya lon ko biri ya fodron janta janjan na wolto katu mbe nyin lunga men jura kambi ngo Kunta Kinteh de slavery funding kelem Gambia funding kelem funding ke faramansari mbame ya lon ko inata mutambulo kono jayya samba barala ta anala bata be amanyina la Gambia di yala amanyina la African yala amanyina la mandinka yala ay bata takije aya takile bari aman sonka kodi a momenti bawo ya to katale pour ka falin na sontanum bi Kunta Kinteh te fola to dole be folama bare kato keta nyaawo nyaatu babol ni la kuriya bara man son woto e bo akunto woto alawo balango aya dinto le la time bi na balango be kala minti wala nyinti ko amanke Gambia damati Africa lom as a continent Africa dingol be batakan Africa kono be batakan Africa e bantala wo bata nyanta ka kata wo batale e kuntu ni atara tubabol ya jurale ko slavery bantale e wolungo muta safeta kaytol bala sainta bari amantara demonstrate kam because lungolum fata fingo ka batale lungolum fata fingo ka kule takimiya lon ko amanke democracy akakule bala be yalon ka amanke human rights woto alga nyomu ta nyillungo la nga itandi dunia be la ko nyillungo be jurala le ana be jurala in grand style woto mbe Gambia government kumandila mbe all stakeholders wol kumandila mbe Ministry of Tourism kumandila ngiye katake ya jibe ko nyillungo ko lungo committee comme Mr. Diallo ya fanyama ya national date africanol be ya jura Gambia ay jura ak Gambia dunia be ya long ay kata Africa be ka jura ka ton Kunta Kinteh manke Gambia da matati mbe foundation o tentula mba fole ko ngal tentu ngal jayi ngol nata jam foundation o le tolay ka fami Jinkon Foundation Jinkon Brothers and Sisters Jinkon Real Estate mais en si jam bi wala nyinti ko ngambulo la albulo kam aliya commencé serun ne nyinan nen kafital mangal promise ko nal betala nyin ko kono le fa dandula andum ba jelale ko na kato la fa atal la kato kan ayal bondi tunkunto ayal samba tunkunto mbe mo be konton nambe tentula mbe jayila mba fola majnal be bala barakal ni barabake. Thanks to everyone.
She actually emphasized the fact that Kunta Kinteh was tortured extremely, but he refused to give up his identity. They tried to change his name, he refused. And this is something that we should emulate. And it's important that this day is celebrated. And it's important that this day is recognized as a national day so that we, the young people, can actually understand why should we embrace ourselves. And I'm sure Mr. Diallo here will have to push this at the level of the NCAC and, of course, the government of the Gambia. So now, I will invite Mod Lamin Age Al Musaf Sow. He is a renowned diamond writer, and recently he pioneered the National Storytelling Competition, something similar like this, where he brought young people together to tell stories about our tradition, about our culture. And this is him reviving our tradition. So put your hands together for Mod Lamin Sow. Mod Lamin, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Master of Ceremonies. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the able or indefatigable Director General of the Creative Industries in the person of Mr. Sheikh Umar Jallo from the National Center for Arts and Culture. I pay special respect and tribute to the Alcalo of Jufre and Albrera, the president of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation and members of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation here present. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, teachers, school children, ladies and gentlemen, it's my high honor and distinct privilege to be invited here in my capacity as an author and a writer, a youth, to speak on the topic, the role of young people or Gambian youth in the promotion and development of our cultural heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa has a very youthful population. It has the largest population in the world with over 400 million plus young people between the ages of 15 to 45. And the Gambia, our country, has earned the respect and admiration in the world for its peace and hospitality. More so over its concern over youth participation is yielding a wonderful result, as the community is indeed and in truth responding to a clarion call for the partnership and participation of all young people in national development. All young people, including the orphans, the poorest, and the most disadvantaged, to complete a basic education of good quality, and that all adolescents have the opportunity to also acquire these same opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, today's celebration reminds me of two books. The first is Alex Haley, the American author who wrote the book Roots, which is, of course, a book written by our able Gambian, Kunta Kinteh, whom we are celebrating today. In Alex Haley's book, and I quote, he said, Omoro and Binta Kinteh had a dialogue. And in the discussion, Omoro whispered to his wife, Binta Kinteh, and said, we are going to name our child Kunta Kinteh. And it is so sad, having seen how Kunta Kinteh's master had changed his name to Toby. And he was asked, what is your name? He said, I am Kunta Kinteh. He was flogged in public. He was squeezed and pressed and beaten thoroughly. And asked again, what is your name? He repeated, I am Kunta Kinteh. If we are proud of our heritage and the Kunta Kinteh family, let's clap for ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, not to bore you with words, I would like to conclude very briefly by giving the policies that are already established or existing in the Gambia in support of the promotion and the roles of youth in the development of our cultural heritage. Starting with the NCAC Act. The National Center for Arts and Culture has an act. The NCAC Act provided clauses which directly refer to what we are celebrating today. And very recently, of course, we have the Youth and Trade Roadmap for the Gambia's creative industry, which was developed by the NCAC in partnership with YEP and the European Union. In fact, the government of the Gambia have gone far away in making sure that it promotes the roles and responsibilities of youth participation in national development by enacting the National Youth Policy is in existence. The office also created the National Youth Council. We have a whole Ministry of Youth and Sports. We have the National Youth Parliament, the Children National Assembly of the Gambia. So on the side of the government, honestly, there are all existing opportunities to annex the potential of young people. Now, it is our collective responsibility to also look at our heritages. I am glad to see a very richful, youthful exuberance in the country in terms of development. The Gambian youth are rising a clarion call, not only in fishing and farming and sports, but also literature. And I would like to challenge them to begin to make research thoroughly to know our heritages because they are very fundamental. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to translate a little bit what I've said in Mandinka. I think I'm more of a Fula Mandinka than, in fact, a Fula. Mbadingol ngal kontong kabo alkalol min bota jufre aning albrela aning Kunta Kinteh Foundation nyatong pol min bebi jang ululal alfal kabo karambunto dindingol ni la teacher aning media kontan tabake bi lungo ñu jong juralo kumaya tabake katung lungo lo mi yalon ko ñi neba kala sinya fulan jangoti mba jura la jang Gambia jang nga bengo to la min na Kunta Kinteh amanke toti mi yalon ko pilitalan na bangko kang na ado na chosano ni ba fole buka Kunta Kinteh bondino je mune atin na ala wakilo na ala foroya ana ala bangko kano kamala ole atin na biri ya mutafam ya samba inata kai to dodi ala ka faye tobi ya bute ye ko be kala barama to bondino ni ya ni kai to dum asa foye Kunta Kinteh wen ton hakilo bulandi foroya la nata ka kam foroya.
Let's celebrate this day. Do we have the Kumpo here? Thank you very much. The Diaspora to give a statement. From Sakina, we will have Lamin Tuesday, the PRO of Kunta Kinteh Foundation, to give the closing remarks. And then we would invite one cultural group to another. Sakina, you're welcome. Please put your hands together for her.
Hold on to these. Oh, wow. Happy Kunta Kinteh Day. And it is a memorial day for us, not just for you, but for us from the diaspora as well, because it's part of our history as much as your history. And you might be thinking, well, is it really part of my history from the diaspora because we weren't born in Gambia? But there is a history of Kunta Kinteh and the link between Kunta Kinteh and us from the diaspora that weren't born here. Because as you know, and many of you do know, there was a history of enslavement. Many of your ancestors and my ancestors were taken from Africa against their will. And those of us that have come back are the product of those that were taken away. We are here because some of them survived that tragedy for over 400 years. And we were living in the West. We had Western ways. They changed our names, our religion, our culture, our language. We had nothing left. So many of us have come home to reconnect with the disconnection that was taken away from us. So this is our home as much as your home. Now today, we was asked to talk about tourism. And I said to the organizers, I can't speak about tourism because we are not tourists here. We are Africans returning home. And that's how we want you to welcome us home as returning Africans. Africans that have been away for a long, long time, but always yearned to come back home. And we are now home, and we are pleased to be home. And we want you to work with us to integrate us back into our Africanness. We have some idea, but we haven't got the language. Some of us have changed our names, like myself. Some of us haven't. But we welcome the Africanness that you have. And we want to reconnect with some of that as well. Now, let me tell you, you might think, well, why have they come back to Africa? Africa's not so developed. You had everything in the West. But that's a lie, a story that's been told. The West might have some good things, and I'm not going to deny that. You know, we got a certain level of education. We may have had jobs that allowed us to save some money and come back home and maybe build a house here and open a business. But it was difficult. And it was difficult because they didn't appreciate us as Africans, even though we were born there. And many of us that were born there still don't call ourselves British or European or whatever names you want to give it, African American, because we still know within our DNA and within our psychological being that we are African. It's something within us. You can't take that away. You can take away some things, but you cannot take away all of it, because within that DNA, it reignites something within us. Some of us have it, some of us don't. So what I would say is that we are here as Africans, not as visitors, not as tourists, but we're here to encourage the development of Gambia as well. So we want to work with you and the administration to develop Africa. Now we are coming here. We want to create jobs for the young people. because we know that jobs are not as plentiful here as they are in the West. You know, a lot of our children can leave school and walk into a job. But here it's not so easy. And just recently, I saw a lot of the grade 12 going through their graduation process. And my mind said to myself, well, what jobs are they going to get after all those years at school? What jobs are they going to walk into? What does the future hold for those young people? And it's often quite bleak. And I'm going to be honest, because there isn't much jobs here in Gambia. But what we can do is encourage them to be entrepreneurial, to open their own businesses, rather than just depend on getting a job. Now, that's where we come in as diasporans, because a lot of the skills that we're coming back with will help to create businesses that will help to employ young people. It could be in the building trade. It could be in catering. It could be in driving. There's many of us here that have opened businesses that have employed a lot of young people and helping young people to create their own businesses. And the beauty of it is that we are bringing skills that we had in the UK and wherever we've come from to share with young people here to do better for themselves. Those of us that are Pan-African, we believe in doing for self. We don't believe in Africa begging other people for help. We believe in doing it for ourselves, and we can. And if you look at the history, especially in America, where the enslavement was quite brutal, some of those enslaved started their own communities in the face of adversity. They were able to start things like the Wall Street, Black Wall Street, Tulsa, even though they were bombed and, you know, treated badly for it, but they did it. What's stopping us from doing it right here in the motherland? We have everything here. Don't tell me you are poor, because no one has been able to tell me right now what the definition of poor in Africa is. Mangoes are dropping off the tree right now. In melon season, the whole country's full of melons, soursop, cashews. We have everything here. This is an agricultural country. We may not have the gold and the diamonds like some of the other African countries, but we have agriculture. And agriculture generates an income as well. We should be processing and exporting what we have here in Little Gambia. I remember being in the UK some years ago, and I went to a supermarket called Tesco, and I saw a Gambian mango. I was so happy to see that, because it's not something we often see. It's not something we often get to used to in terms of the fruits from the Caribbean or Africa, which is more organic than they tell us in the West. So there's a lot that we can do here, but we need your collaboration. We need you to work with us. Now, let me be very truthful here, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable what I'm about to say. Do not see us as an ATM machine. We're not here just to give out money. We're here to give opportunities, not charity. Because we're not going to encourage you to sit with a begging bowl, and everybody that comes to Africa, you hold out that begging bowl and wait for something. That's not the Africa we want to create. Now, I'm being brutally truthful here, and I know it's a bit uncomfortable, but many diasporans have been robbed and ripped off by sometimes Gambians who don't have the right mindset about why we're here. And, you know, even the safety aspect, people have been robbed, their homes have been robbed. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen anywhere else, because it does. Young people are young people, and crooks are crooks wherever you go in the world. But we didn't expect that here, because we came here to work with you as Africans. So please, let's work together. Let's work collaboratively as Africans. If you're doing something, include us in it. We might be able to help. If we're doing something, we're going to include you in it, because you will definitely be able to help, because there's a lot that we don't know about Africa, and we're dependent on you to help us with that. So from today, as Kunta Kinteh Day, remember there is a link between Kunta Kinteh and your enslaved ancestors and us. We are not different people. We are the same people We just happened to be taken away and we lost ourselves for a long, long time. But help us to reintegrate into our Africanness when we come home to Gambia. And there's many that are coming back, and we are encouraging them to bring their businesses and their skills to Gambia to help our young people to become self-sufficient and self-reliant. That's our hope. And then when our children come one day, hopefully they will work with you also. And that's what we're encouraging, that collaboration between the lost and the unlost. So happy Kunta Kinteh Day. And I look forward to many, many years, many generations of us Africans working together peacefully and collaboratively. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Now that is cloudy. And let's do this quickly.
Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I would say good afternoon to everybody, especially the school students. I am Lamin Sise. I'm the PRO of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation, and of course, a member of the Kunta Kinteh family. So I'm here to acknowledge the presence of very, very important personalities among us. Mr. Sir Omar Jallo is the Secretary General of the Foundation, even though he's working for the National Center for Arts and Culture. And the National Center for Arts and Culture have empowered this Kunta Kinteh Foundation since from the beginning. So we are very much grateful, and we thank the National Center for Arts and Culture very much for that purpose. And we are also thanking the Gambia government for giving us all the support that is from the leadership, the Office of the Inspector General of Police, for allowing us to use the road from the traffic light to here, and also the police band. And we are also acknowledging Madam Aja Takotal. Takotal's father was the chief of Jufure for 35 years. And when his father died, Takotal took over from 1994 to date. She is actually, if not the first female village alcalo in the Gambia. And that is like the Tal family are the founders of Jufure, a small Mandingo village on the north bank of the Gambia, where Kunta Kinteh was born. That village was founded in 1455 by Samba Tal, and they are originally from Futa Toro in Senegal. So they founded Jufure, and that's why we have the Takotal here. And then the Imam of Jufure also is not here today, but he sent a representative. And of course, the family of Kunta Kinteh are highly represented. Jufure has his own day on this occasion, but they never leave it with us. They said they have to be here. They wake up early hours of this morning to go across the ferry and come here. And they are led by the mother of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation, that is Madam Kadital, my sister, and also the mother of the founder and the president of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation. And Kadital came with our local organizing committee from Jufure, the likes of Aminata Jamme, Maria Matal, Binta Fadera, Fatu Meseng, and Demba Kinteh, also from a representative of the Kunta family in Jufure. And of course, we have Usman Kinteh, we have Bakare Sedikan. They are all here to grace this occasion. So that is one of the achievements this year, different from last year. Last year, they were not here, but they said this year they will not leave it with us. because this is a crusade, this is a fight we started. We want to fight and make sure of every 5th July, 1767, 5th July, Kunta Kinteh was transported into slavery. That was the year he left us. So he was transported to Virginia Annapolis, where he was sold on the sugar and tobacco plantations. So that is why the various speakers have spoke about it here, that we want to fight to the highest level, and we will advise our National Assembly members, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, Mr. Jallo himself is in that crusade, Sanajaju, our able Secretary General and a coordinator in the foundation, they are all fighting for that crusade to make sure that this became a public holiday. I'm not going to talk a lot, but I cannot end my speech without thanking Mr. Keba Bojang, Jinko Foundation. Keba Madi has supported this foundation a lot. Anytime we went to his house, he will leave everything Keba is doing and he will welcome the executive members of our foundation. We work a lot with Keba, and he never even sit home. He decided to come and join us like he promised that he will be on the march path. And he also dedicated people to be here with us. Definitely, he's one of the biggest philanthropists that has supported this Kunta Kinteh Foundation. And just briefly, the Kunta Kinteh Foundation was founded by a 9th generation of Kunta Kinteh by the name Lamin Jata. He's a great-grandson of the late Binta Kinteh, who used to be the 7th generation of Kunta Kinteh. He died in 2004. So Lamin Jata is young, but he lived in America, and he tried to develop an idea that we cannot just sit down and forget Kunta Kinteh. So Lamin said, as long as he lives in America, with the little resources he has, he decided to form the Kunta Kinteh Foundation. So with consultation with the NCAC, it became reality today. So the foundation has its own secretariat, and the foundation is going to fight. Actually, the young man, I think even the people in the diaspora should support him so that his dreams can come true. And we also like to acknowledge our sisters from the diaspora. They've been with us in Jufure on Saturday, and also they're just arriving to join us here at the Youth Monument. So I will also thank our committee members. The executive committee of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation is more than a month. They've been going up and down, struggling very, very hard to make sure this day comes true. So can we give them a round of applause? The committee members of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation, they have definitely worked hard to make sure everything goes well. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, everybody that leave everything and come over here to support us on this day, we thank you so much. May Allah the Almighty bless you all. I thank you.
To go straight and invite the Kumpo Cultural Group to perform. We're done with the statements and we only have entertainment here. So enjoy. Do not go away. All right. So now we will have to call the Kankurang group. Are you guys ready for them? That is not loud. Are you ready for them? That is loud enough. So now let's welcome the Kankurang group to also perform. We have the Kankurang group here. They are coming.
hanse ako mutambadi ngolum felenti ngale Westfield monument o nyinto ma Kunta Kinteh lel ngol celebrate kan ya safa je happy Kunta Kinteh day Kunta Kinteh dum mole mi yalon ka bota Gambia banko kan tubabul nata am kay ya sama tubabu jo ya julola center right now felenti kankuran tulungo wala kana katan kankuran wala kana nan kapile albulangol no ma hanse rek kankuran wala mina ka mandin ka tantona kankuran ala baraka bake hani say mbaadi ngol wa talentin kankurango dun taluwo kono jamba kankurango fanam bijele nyindo mu faralti ko man ko nyi jamba kankurango di madu
ante to mo musu drame lati
musu bi a felenti mol bente jal ko happy Kunta Kinteh de sa kumoñi sa domandin fono mol yeje bang
aha anse domandin fo yo je même fo le je wala nyinti ko kule mi yalon ko amuku nyimmata amuku kende bate mi entol attract as a foundation ntanata jam foundation o men to yala wala jinkon foundation the jinkon brothers and sisters wo foundation o amu foundation mi yalon ko be Gambia janne ka mol makoy demaro di mol la karangola kawara satel anin do ko mi yalon ko membe hadama di wala balunyal sone yandila ala nata ke wo foundation on telemila national chairperson na CEO ya formol ko ye invitation sort of from the Kunta Kinteh Foundation coming ibe ñun lungo jurala bari amul lungo lati mi ya lon ko definitely nga feel ko every Gambian and African should be part and parcel of wala yatin nan nata nga na katol ke jange support financially bari funtita fanan nata ka itandi la ko ñun lungo to ledentala participate a match pass with our CEO from Futata Jambi
sanji jelal ben ko ñin juraka
nin ko ñin to our knowledge ñine mala sanji fulan jangot got ngalon ko Jinkon Brothers and Sisters and Jinkon Foundation ye bulo la Kunta Kinteh Foundation kan wo is another milestone abe samala level do to mi yalla ko inshallah Gambia be ba kala mutala
sa kam to se na ba nyama na bitala ku sango sal bi kala ko ñin celebrate lele fo
wole mu mol la ngani yoti andul laftale ka celebrate in grand style nga men fo foundation on yiye ko nga foy ne ko nintol nam bulo ka fal kam bal bulo ka flal kan country wide wala tin na diamo ko nga itandi ko be kumandiro ke la government la be kumandiro ke la stakeholders wala ka itandi la ko nyulungo mu lunnati me ya lon ko man nyanna bula la bantalan ko bulu man nyanna bula la banko ko tengol bulu nyimun na fansu lungo lati mi ya lon ko nyanta ka itandi dunia be la kon tamu menti mbe wala kidi mandika koto ni wobe kala lafta ay ke Gambia ton kon nano beti Gambia be e dengala inshallah ni nga ke wonyama abe kala lumnati mi yalon ka abe kala lum kidi mandiri ba ko dalti lafta ay ke wala nyama ke kuti men commenso ngalon bari adandulan ta lonna lafta le ka hand over to the other generation men kana because ntol nga Kunta Kinteh moy le maje mala time mabe so wol fanam ba moy la nyami imam mabe lafta fana ya mutambulo kono wana inaeta
nata jali ado ciosan tulungol ke jamimbe ko kankurangol zimbal kumpolu hontina liol be dundu ko woni ko ne so do mondi fono to
ni aje culture da ketaje Kunta Kinteh is about the Gambian roots Gambia fango na chasano lem because molem mi ya lon ko adaben na mol de to mi ya lon ko ancient people lem and he's an icon so nimbala ko celebrate la nyantaka Gambia la chasano le funtindi ka yitandi mol la munem Gambia Kunta Kinteh mune to Gambia jang ya bondi ja ya samba to another nation ya samba to another continent ka ke modoti yafta ka itandi molla ko même Kunta Kinteh fangoti fo sama nimba jura kan ala descendants all membe outside the Gambia ni nata ya lonko itol mama mu muneti imama dabe muneto mune mala culture te mune mala adoti wala yati nga nyil da bondi bulandi
abaraka ba
thank you so much
etori manu
nto mo Fatima lati
Fatima bi a felenti alko Kunta Kinteh lunga wolbe jura kan c'est ite be mun place le to je
nte mu vice president neto nyim ka fo kono na president ba bim ke dalla bin jatati wobe America le barin Gambia jantalam vice president of the Kunta Kinteh Foundation
c'est muna nalbe Kunta Kinteh ko nyin takal ba jural ni kay sa ko nyin tay do moni fono ngolieje jumalen Kunta Kinteh fananti pour ngol salon jumalen Kunta Kinteh
wode ni nyi ka wala mbe kontana pour ka foye because Kunta Kinteh multi mi yalon ko a jaftale pour Gambian dingol be yalon hana manke Gambian dingol ti dunia be saka minna ta comme like mo findula kadu Kunta Kinteh jufre dingolom ya muta tubabol ya muta janne ya bondi jang ya samba America ya wafi tubabu dol la pre ta jon yala so wojo ya karola sain dum laftale ka ko nyin jura pour mol kana nyina jamalon Kunta Kinteh kadu Kunta Kinteh mo Gambian dingol ti kabrin tubabol ba muta jawtu wa be sanji tang anin lulu anin 17 years what time I wala soto nunja so you understand so laftan dal hamom minti pour Kunta Kinteh de comme South Africa ye Nelson Mandela la ko ni ya bunyani nyami ya wulini nya fo dunia be yalon fo saya katina mo be ye South Africa no ni ya mo South Africa mo ko kontana ko hani man ko South African dingode sa intel fana wo sifa so de mimu ko Kunta Kinteh sa laftan ka wo ko ni ka gina pus ay ta nyaato for one day Kunta Kinteh de ke deti mi anka be kala ko wo be ka holiday ti wolu kara munta dinol mantala Gambia bela jita o jura tuba wole bonam dunia fanna karo bela try tourism ni aya develop anim fanang ay job opportunity aya create for Gambian youths ñi manke just like celebration ti ñin tambita ñi nal ñin talbe min ko min taget ka wolon development Gambia la development anin tourism ba falina nyami ko be falina fo lun tangol sinanang do ko se so anin ku jamaay dunga kon andu manta dana janna na hamo manke pour ka dum jang Gambia da mako na hamo pour ka ta Senegal ñing African sub African regions kata Africa tundo dulato ka futaje ka Kunta Kinteh fintindi as Gambian dingol bayrin talmu Gambian dingo ko ental fana yenna banku dingo ta ka fintindi ka tandi molla ko Gambian wol fana nyina be caring anin kuol ka do ko nyami ni African sate do
se altata jufrele fana se niaje altata jufrele bang falmata jufre niaje almina organize de jang almanta jufre pour alia organize ge muna nalia organize jang
hanin tata nun jufrele on the 2nd of July mbe nun jufrele nga heritage festival le keje manam comme Kunta Kinteh awluta jufrele janim binala jamu national celebration hall so jufrelong heritage celebration hall so tata nun jufrele nga celebration o keje nga festival o keje mol findita chusanol kita artisol botanang Casamas Gambia tunolda kabo mandinka turpola fulo jola sarahulle surwal anin different tribes so findita na yela adol findita ni la chusano ani history fanam fata je Kunta Kinteh mu jamalti ani Kunta Klein fanam mu kleinati pour mo sa understand nyaadi lo luntangol fanan natale nga ko jura je say nata jang pour ka ke national celebration oti pour minul fanam be janna in greater Banjul ani sere kunda wol fanan salon mine be keri abaraka baake thank you.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only